Okay, guys, I've been watching some videos of some guys how they've got their kayaks set up for fishing and whatnot, and I've got some ideas off their videos. I thought I'd kind of set up a video of my own and show y'all how I've done mine, and maybe you might get some ideas that you might want to use and everything. Of course, this is hobie Outback 2015. I've had it just almost a year. It does a real good job. I like it real well. And first time I took it out, used it, I come back and my wife said, "Well, how do you like it?" And I said, "Well, it's a cat's meow." So she laughed, said, "Well, that's what you ought to name it." So that's how I wound up with the name on there beside the cat's meow. And of course, there's my Mirage drive down there. It works. You all know how that works. And works real good. And inside this compartment right here, I'm going to open this up here, and I have to, and I've got a bag of stuff. I keep some stuff like a towel, an extra t-shirt, and some bug screen and sunscreen and things like that in there that I want to use in case I do need. And there's my battery for my fish finder right there. It's one of those wheelchair batteries, and just plug it in, and here's the cord for the plug-in for the plug it into the charger and put it on. It does a real good job. Lasts good all day and thing. Here's a Scotty fishing pole holder right there. I like that sitting there because I like my fishing pole to stick out the side sometimes rather than sticking straight up. Here's one right there. It's got some water in it, but it stays kind of up in the air a little more than I like. So when I'm trolling, I like to use that. Here's some pliers, some fisherman's grip. Get a hold of them in case I'd happen to catch something pretty good size. I like to keep a knife handy for different things. You never know when you might need a knife handy. And here's a little box that I keep a few things in that's readily available, like jig heads and a few things in case I want to grab them and without getting into my big tackle box. I get that back in there before I fall down. And here's my telephone holder. I like that. It's kind of a round mount. If I want to grab it, if something I need to take a picture or somebody calls or whatever, and I don't have to be fumbling in my pocket for it. It's kind of hard to get out. I like to keep a thermos bottle of something to drink. Sometimes I'll take coffee if it's early in the morning, or some ice water or whatever in there, and it sits right in there. It does real good. And here's a fishing stringer. It's nothing fancy, just a wire stringer. I got it on a rope and fastened to the handle there on the inside. There is the my anchor. I noticed some of the guys has got an anchor trolley on the side of theirs, and I think they work real good, but I haven't got around to doing that so far. So I just got that anchored with a carabiner to the handle. I can switch sides or whatever I want to use. I just throw it overboard. Of course, there's my fishing net right there. Just an old wooden fishing net. I've had it for a lot of years, and just kind of like an old friend to me. I picked up a lot of fish on that and everything. And of course, there's my fishing crate. There's my milk crate with my tackle boxes and my fishing pole on it and my flag like that. I like to keep that on there for safety's sake. And here's some line cutters that for some braided line and scissors, and I keep some clippers and some hemostats and needle nose there. I made that out of a PVC pipe. I attached it to this milk crate. Inside the milk crate, of course, there's some tackle boxes with some things in it, and I like to keep some things handy there. Like in the back is some soft plastics I usually put them up there when I'm fishing with soft plastic, and I've got some bag of some extra rope in case I need it, and some another fishing string or what have you. And there's a thing of carabiners I haven't opened yet, hadn't had to use, but I thought I'd keep them along. You never know when you might need it. And there's my scupper plugs there laying in the back. Of course, whenever I'm fishing, I take the bungee and I put over the pole holder there so it don't get away. Yep, and there's my rudder going back on around to this other side. And it came with a paddle, a hobie paddle, but I already had this. This is Bending Branches angler's paddle. I had it first with another kayak that I had, so I went ahead and just kept it. I put my hobie paddle in the shed in case I need it a little bit later on. Come around on this side, of course, there's my seat. There's my PVD in case, and I like to keep it handy. And of course, I'd put that on whenever I go out. Up here on this side right here is my camera, my GoPro camera mount. Of course, I'm using it right now and it's not on there, but I like the way I got it set up here with this ram mount, and I can lay it down like that. It's out of the way, and I can still use my rudder handle there reaching over it, and then I can stand it up. Well, there's my Lowrance fish finder right there. It's Elite 4X HDI. It's got the down imaging and the sonar and everything. It's a pretty good fish finder. It does a pretty good job. Of course, I've got it all mounted on this ram mount here, and there's my sunglasses. I like to keep them handy out there. And then another fishing pole holder on this side, and coming back around to takes us back around to this side here, and of course there's where the other cat's meows on this side over here. Anyway, guys, well, I just kind of thought I'd give you, oh yeah, no, one other thing here on the inside of here. This is another box, tackle box, and I've got a few things here. Hobie done a good job making that for us, and keeping that handy where I can keep a few things like some rooster tails or some small things that I need in there. Got a little lid that goes over it, and that goes back down and then fastens down there. And then, of course, I forgot back here in the back, go back around to this side here again, is lid, and I got a dry bag in there, and I got it tied on with some braided line. That's handy so it wouldn't slide all the way up to the front when if I want to keep some things in there that's dry, like my wallet or some things like that. So anyway, that is my that's my Hobie Outback, and I hope and it maybe give you guys some ideas on how I've got mine set up, and maybe you can use some of the ideas. Feel free to comment on my page here, and let me know what you think. All right.